Hey, my friends, how are you doing? Pavel here. Today, I want to share with you a very important success habit, which is managing your career strategically. And this is because today, a dear friend of mine reached out to me asking for advice as she received a job offer, but it is not really what she was expecting. And so I asked her, how many jobs, I guess, how many jobs did you apply for before you got this job offer? And she said four. So she applied for four jobs, and one out of four, she got an offer. That sounds like a great ratio. So I asked her, why do you think that is? Why did you get an offer so relatively easy? And her natural answer was, well, because I'm very good interviewing. And so what I share with her is, well, sorry to break your bubble, but in my view, you received an offer so easily because you're selling yourself short. If you apply for jobs for which you are clearly qualified or overqualified, you will very easily receive an offer. And so the point that I want to share here is that it's easy to make that mistake. And so a couple points. Number one, when you are applying for a job, make sure that you're not selling yourself short. Make sure that you're pushing yourself as to apply for something that you may even think you are not qualified for, which is what I've done all my life. And have the confidence to apply for something for which you feel a little uncomfortable, for a step above from where you are today. So that's very, very important. And of course, clearly in the direction where you want, right? So that's one point. Another very important point is be specific and be clear on what you're trying to get out of the interview process, right? So many people are afraid to talk about money when they are applying for a job. And in my view, that should be one of the leading comments that you have for sure on your very first conversation. As much as you focus on understanding what they want to get out of the candidate, you gotta make sure that you communicate clearly what you expect to get out of the job. And compensation is a very important point. So you need to make sure that you explicitly say how much money you expect to make from the job, and if that is even within the range of what they are willing to pay. That way you will avoid finding yourself in an uncomfortable situation like my friend, where you receive a job offer that is significantly below what you wanted to get. So be clear, say explicitly, specifically, what are your expectations upfront so that there are no misunderstandings at the end of the process, right? So if you interview well, you know that you will receive an offer within a certain range that is comfortable for the company and comfortable for your expectations. And definitely very, very important to keep stretching yourself and don't sell yourself short, and be very strategic, right? Whenever I've applied for a company, for a job, I very, very carefully, very specifically decided for myself which are the companies that I want to work for. And I usually don't shoot kind of, cowboy style. I go sniper style. I select a maximum of 5 companies that I wanted to work for, and I focus exclusively on applying to those very few companies and knowing very, very clearly why it is that I want to work for them, so that when I talk to someone, they see that I'm not just looking for a job, but actually very, very specifically have a particular reason for which I want to work for that company. That is extremely helpful, and hopefully these couple notes here are useful to you. And specifically with my friend, what I advise her to do is, if you're getting an offer out of 4 jobs that you applied, you're selling yourself short. So go back, take a deep breath, and apply for jobs that would be a stretch for yourself, and where you're going to be very clear what you want to accomplish, what you want to get out of the job. Set your expectations. Say that you want to work from home at least one day a week, or whatever it is. Say it up front. That's extremely important. Hopefully this is useful for some of you. And let's see.